Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. The Chicago Bulls here to defend the home court, playing host to the Western Conference. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings and came away with a win.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point?
The Bulls have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. On the floor for Sacramento, Allison runs the point with McLemore at the 2. Rudy Gay is out there with Big Cat. And it's Blair in at the 5 down low. And it's Butler missing. Kings have gone 5 of 8 from the field, shooting over 62%. Down low, here's Big Cat. Good, and the assist goes to Collison. Big Cat's got his first basket of the night.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
Yeah, a great field goal percentage to start, exactly what they were hoping for.
Here's Rose, and again, no good by Chicago. So for Sacramento, their last game, a loss to the Brooklyn Nets.
And the issues they had defensively, in part, I thought, was a huge factor. Really compounded, I think, because it was a road game for them.
Well, you know, they gave the crowd a bunch to cheer about. And when you do that, you put yourself in a really tough position trying to come away with the road win.
Just 5 on the clock. That's good from Gasol, and the assist by Rose. And it's 6 points for Pau Gasol. Sacramento leading by 9. Collison kicks to Gay. Here's Big Cat, defended by Gasol. Here's Big Cat. No good.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Butler passes to Rose. They get it back. Goes back up. And Gasol lays it in. Gasol's got 8 points.
I just love the determination on that backboard. Coming out of the gates really, really strong.
Here's Big Cat, covered by Noah. No good from Big Cat.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be, because he is so strong in the paint.
Pass to Rose. Oh, and there's the one-handed change.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
Well, there's also style just with the fact that he's able to have that kind of a finish, though. Still, I like that. Pretty one-handed play.
And that was Kia bringing you the close-up on the big-time play. The Kings shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Taj Gibson's checked in for Noah. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. Tony Snell's checked in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Livingston in for Rose. And then for Sacramento, Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Blair. Lance Stevenson comes in for Rudy Gay. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Ben McLemore.
And I love the way he uses his size there to make sure he gets that board.
Stevenson dives in, and the wide-open shot from Collison. That's good, and it's Stevenson with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Collison. Bulls trail by 8. Livingston dishes to Gasol. There's 49 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Pass to Snell. From outside, off the mark.
Good little two-man action there, but they just can't get the shot to fall.
Yeah, but that was a beauty. Good-looking shot, well-executed play. I wouldn't be surprised to see them go back to it.
Chicago's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Finish off the break.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Here's Big Cat, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Big Cat's got his second bucket of the night. Here is Livingston. To the inside, here's Gibson, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Nothing fancy there. Didn't need it.
Nope. His only concern right now, Clark, is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
I like the simplicity.
No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Kings lead by 6, and the second quarter will get underway.
It's like a dream come true. It's hard to...
Well, their story is a bit like a fairy tale, the way two of them, sons of medical professionals in Spain, have become two of the best centers in the NBA at this age.
Yeah, and especially, Kevin, when you remember what a raw talent and how big and bulky Marc Gasol was when he was drafted by the Lakers, who traded him to Memphis for his brother.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
They come out the gates here strong and put together just a solid first quarter.
A ton of good looks for him, Greg, on offense, and it's quality shots they're getting.
Livingston is out there with Tony Snell. Then there's Jimmy Butler. Then there's Nikola Mirotic, and it's Gibson in at the center, filling out the middle. That's the Bulls' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Nets had a nice performance. He had 9 points, and he was on target the whole contest. Very few misses from him all night. He really was the second unit for his team in a great performance, guys.
All right, thanks, Doris. He's got a lot of positives to take away from that game.
He really does. It was one of his better performances, and that's saying something because we've seen this guy have a lot of good ones.
And you'd have to imagine that he'll be out to build on it, to go one better here tonight.
The jump hook. And the layup's good off the glass. Big Cat's got his third basket of the night.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
Yeah, no question about it. I mean, as they're looking to battle back, that's one of the key elements. You got to rebound.
Mirotic, the screen. To the paint. And he was fouled on the way out. 2 free throws now for him.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
Really, as close as you can get to an and one right there. He almost had it.
And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. Rolls out front. They're up by 3. We'll take a quick break, then get you back to the action. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. Darren Collison really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, he's played just a smart game overall offensively, looking for and finding the gaps in the defense, and also terrific shot selection.
Greg, that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yeah, he's checked in for DeJuan Blair. Just over a minute and a half played here in the third. On the floor for Sacramento, McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Big Cat. And it's Collison in at the 1. And there's the 3-second violation.
And here we get a chance to check out the story on Jimmy Butler. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. 3rd in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And, you know, it's his lightning-quick hands that have made him one of the best at taking the ball away from opponents. He's also got excellent anticipation.
Dunleavy kicks it to Noah. 4 on the clock. 3-pointer, Butler. Here's Gasol. It's in, and he's a fairly efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
And Cousins kicks to Collison. To the middle. Here's Big Cat. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. Big Cat's got 8 points.
Excellent feed from D.C., Darren Collison.
Rose gets to Gasol. Down low, Butler. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists now in this one.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Cousins, the pass to Big Cat. Gasol with the steal. Here's Rose. Lays it in off the breakaway.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Great point. I mean, that aggression has allowed them to just create a lot of havoc, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Shots good from Big Cat.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
Chicago leading by 13. Outside Rose. Second half here. We're just over 3.5 minutes into it. Soft touch off the glass. Rose has got 4 points in the quarter.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
Here's Big Cat. Makes that one his 6th of the night. Shooting a very healthy 6 for 9.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
Rose kicks to Butler. Good-looking screen by Gasol. There's the dish to Dunley. Wants to get it off to Noah and does. Gasol cleans up the mess with the savage put-back flush.
No tip required when you've got room to make the stuff.
Yeah, some powerful second chance points right there.
Yeah, and guys, not wasting any time, just straight back up with it.
Here's Big Cat. It's hauled in by Noah.
And that's the way you want to defend. Nice job there.
Always important to have that good interior defense.
Here's Butler. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Left side, Collison. No good from Big Cat. The Bulls leading by 15. Gasol, a screen on Collison. Rose attacking, and he dunks it after the pick frees him up.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard breaker.
And yes, sir, that one drops.
Wow, and how huge has he been today? Really just giving his team a nice lift.
Yeah, and he's kept them close enough to be within striking range. I mean, the deficit would be much larger if not for the efficiency of his play.
Top the key, Dunleavy. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got assist number 8 now on the night. The Kings trail by 18. 8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Gay passes to Big Cat. Tries it from 9. They get it back. Last game for Chicago, it was a loss to the Pelicans.
And listen, you have to take advantage of the freebies. And on that night, they did not. And that is why they just could not recover.
Exactly. I mean, they left too much cheese at the foul line. And in the end, it mattered on the scoreboard and cost them.
And right as the buzzer sounded, he just dunked it right. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here. Butler comes in for Pau Gasol. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Tony Snell. Sacramento also making some changes. Big Cat comes in for Cauley Stein. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Mirotic out there with Taj Gibson. And it's Rose. And there's Livingston. And it's Butler in at the small forward. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
Rose kicks to Mirotic. Feeds to Livingston. Gibson the screen. Livingston dishes to Gibson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance. And this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bulls.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case. It looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, I remember GA as an irritant. And this guy, much like Greg, creating havoc out there.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. Well, Chicago has gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here is Livingston. He kicks it to Rose. That's good. He's 5 for 9.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve.
Here's Big Cat. And good. And it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. 24 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Here is Livingston. Outside Rose. And that one is hammered home.
And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
From about 16, can't get it to fall. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. They poured it on tonight, Clark.
Well, first off,
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Pau Gasol.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Sacramento Kings up against the Orlando Magic. Checking out the Magic. Relative to last season, their record at this point, not quite up to par. They're looking for answers, looking for improvement as the season continues. And the topic here, prior to tip-off, so many teams in the league going up-tempo these days. Kenny, as a player, did you like that style? I'm assuming you had to love it.
Because the one thing about playing up-tempo, Ernie, it brings you back to the roots of the game, why you started playing. If you ever go to a pickup game, you ever go to a park game, no one's stopping play and calling plays. They're going up and down.
Sacramento Kings.
Hello, everyone. Get ready for NBA action live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. The Magic again playing host, continuing their homestand in this one. And the news here, DeJuan Blair won't be playing. The injury is going to keep him out of the game.
Kevin, you could tell when he went down in the last game that it wasn't good. And that news just confirms our worst fears. He's going to have to watch from the sideline, and I'm not sure how.
And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Watson with it. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against the Lakers. Here's Azania. He's guarded by Stevenson. Harris off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
Well, it always is, and it has been so far, and they've gotten a nice edge on the glass.
Watson, the pass to Dedmon. Oh, he jams him right over free. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying, Clark, to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Yeah, I would have to say there are a lot of questions right now from a defensive standpoint. That's for sure.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Pass to Fournier. There's a good screen. Inside. Shots good by Dedmon. Dedmon's got his second basket of the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
Rondo passes to Big Cat. 6 to shoot. In deep. That's good. Big Cat's got his second basket of the game.
Another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively so far.
Yeah, and I think we're going to see them operating a lot of their offense from the interior today.
They're allowing a sky-high field goal percentage. That won't get it.
Not at all, Clark. You rarely see a team surrender points this easily. They have got to do better.
Outside Rondo passes to Big Cat. And there are the Kings with another bucket. There's 31 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Right wing. Here's Harris. And, yep, finally drops it, rolling around the rim. Harris has got 10 points.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
Here's Rondo. 4 seconds left. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
Exactly. The defense determined not to allow the easy layup right there. They'll settle for making him earn the free throw.
And the Kings making a change here. And he sinks the second. Fournier. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap. Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And from what we've seen from Orlando, what do you guys see?
And we've really seen them get out and establish a real nice rhythm offensively in this game.
Yeah, and they're finding ways to score multiple ways, playing well and sharing the ball, just operating good at the offensive end.
Inside, it's Fry and Vucevic. Oladipo is out there with Nathan, and it's Hazonia in at the 3 spot. This is out there for Orlando. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Doris Burke. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Bulls delivered quite a performance. He ended with 14 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
All right, Doris, well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence about the state of his game.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, I'd say mentally he's in peak condition, while physically he could probably use a recharge.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. The last 10 points have all come off assists.
And let's see the stat sheet here on Victor Oladipo. How his last 10 games have gone. 5 assists and 3 rebounds. And guys, no question, he's a guy with some talent. But honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Gordon's checked in for Fry. And it's Peyton in for Shabazz Napier.
They have got to put a body on it, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Vucevic is screen on Gay to the inside. They get it again, and they convert it last on a tip number 3. Vucevic has got the lead up to 13 now for the Magic. This is to Stevenson. The feed to Cousins. Baseline jumper, and good. You got the English that time as it falls. Cousins has got 6 points.
The defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. He doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
And Vucevic with the basket on the assist by Peyton. 10 points for Vucevic.
He played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Gay passes to Big Cat, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will take it.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover.
And that does it for the first half of play. Magic.
Well, Nick, you guys...
Steph Curry with the shot, big with the sauce, Chef Curry with the pot, boy. 360 with the wrist, boy. Hey.
And now the third quarter about to get going.
Really giving them fit. They just can't find it.
So Orlando making a change here. Watson's checked in. Big Cat is checked in for the Kings. On the court for Sacramento. McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. Big Cat out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Collison in at the point guard position.
And not a night he's going to want to remember. Just not really able to score the basketball.
He feeds it to McLemore. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Here's Vucevic. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls. Orlando making some changes. Channing Fries checked in for Aaron Gordon. Hezonja comes in for Tobias Harris. And Evan Fournier subbed in for Oladipo. Sacramento also making some changes. Caspi, he's checked in for Gay. Lance Stevenson comes in for Ben McLemore. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Darren Collison. Here's Big Cat, hits the jump hook. Big Cat's got 11.
And their solid play in the paint continues, guys.
And that's been their focus, it seems, throughout the game. I like the discipline that they've showed in terms of creating those opportunities on the inside.
Vucevic up top. He's guarded by Cousins. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Hezonja. An easy layup after coming off the pit. And the Magic lead by 19.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Here's Big Cat. Knocks down the 10-footer. He's got 13.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Now the pass to Hezonja, picked by Vucevic. It falls for his 7th bucket of the contest. He's 7 for 9.
And the interior D is really starting to be exposed here. How many layups have they gotten today?
Caspi passes to Big Cat. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. Big Cat's got 6 here in this quarter.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
There's a good screen. Here's Fry, and Orlando again with the bucket.
You know, one aspect of their play today that's really been tight and far superior is their passing.
And that kind of flow can be elusive, but the great offenses have it, and that's just what they've shown here tonight. All the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle.
Changes. Vucevic checked in for Fry. Oladipo comes in for Fournier. And it's Elfrid Payton in for Shabazz Napier. A big group substitution here for Sacramento. Big Cat, he's checked in for Cauley Stein. Gay comes in for Caspi. And McLemore, he's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Payton and Oladipo, the explosive backcourt pair. Vucevic is out there with Dwayne Dedmon. And it's Hezonja in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. Here's Big Cat, and it's Orlando with the rebound. Dedmon's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
Kings have gotten only 3 of their 9 field goal attempts to go down since the end of the 3rd. Pretty cold down the stretch. Fires from 14. Rejected by Harris. And we're about 3 minutes into the 4th quarter. He kicks it to Vucevic from 12 feet out. No good. And it's the Kings taking it the other way.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
Oladipo goes in. The timely screen. Stephy took it all the way.
Very well executed pick to give him all kinds of space to get that one off.
Payton against Collison. Big Cat, the pass to Cousins. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. Hey, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Magic.
The mid-range that you've seen.
1:49 left to play in the final quarter. Here's Napier. Floats one up, and he sinks the layup.
Now there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Collison against Payton. It's stolen by Vucevic.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Magic.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, Stephen Clark. An all-around dominant performance. Clark, and you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
I certainly did, and they just cracked it open and made it an NC. No contest.
Yeah, I like that. And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And that next meeting, Greg, will be their second and final game of the season series, being in opposite conferences. So you bet nobody wants to get swept even in a 2-game season series. I think the next game will be hotly contested.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Tobias Harris. He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand.
The shot's good from Big Cat.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Vucevic down low. And it's Sacramento with the rebound.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. His first shot coming late. And Stevenson, the bucket on the assist by Collison.
The offense has clearly kicked into gear. The question, though, is it just a little too late?
Yeah, I think it may be, Greg. At least they're finally showing some signs of life offensively. Too bad I think it's past the point where it'll do much good.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. It was a tale of two teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and Clark the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
Well,
Well, Nick, a terrific team.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaq and the Jet as we present our Jordan Player of the Game, Tobias Harris. He stepped up his game tonight, getting it done all game long and making the plays whenever they needed him to. What'd you think, Kenny?
Tobias Harris could be a lethal player.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal.
I let the beat keep breathing while I spit life to you heathens. You in the wrong.
Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we take a look at the making of living the dream. Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we take a look behind the scenes at the making of living the dream.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
The NBA season is in high gear, and we are so glad to have you here with us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. My companions are Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it'll be the Memphis Grizzlies up against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, they haven't competed at the level they'd like over the last week or so. Just one win in 5 games. And Kenny, part of the early season is about making adjustments. For some, it's new personnel. For others, it's getting situated in a new city and a new arena. Tell us a little bit about that process.
Well, you know, players and coaches have been together for a while. They have the huge advantage because they know what to expect and they know the process.
I've gone through large changes in my career. Each day you just try to get a little better as a team, and you hope by the end it works out.
Joining us courtside, a guy who's always in mid-season form, Kevin Harlan.
Nice, Ernie, nice.
The Grizzlies look to take charge at the FedEx Forum, and we're going to bring it to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. Looking at Sacramento, they want to turn it around after the loss to Knights checked in for Randall. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Jeff Green. And it's Udrich in for Allen. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Cauley Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Big Cat comes in for Quincy Acey. And Stevenson's checked in for Rudy Gay. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. On the court right now for the Kings, Big Cat, he's in at power forward. Rajon Rondo is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's McLemore in at the 3 slot. And Gasol gets it to go.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Stevenson outside. Pass to McLemore. And the pass to Big Cat. On the wing, Stevenson. Just 5 on the clock. Unloads from 13. And it's good.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
And the Grizzlies leading by 12. 1:37 left to play in the first quarter. Passes it to Udrich. Baseline try. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Sacramento's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. The drive by Rondo. Cauley Stein. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist.
He had his head on the swivel and was able to pick out the pass and get the assist.
Well, for Memphis, their last game, a loss to the Rockets.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to. Their defense just hasn't been able to slow them down.
And that's a big reason why they're trailing, surrendering too many easy baskets.
Here's Big Cat, and off the front iron, and in it goes. Memphis has gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Now Conley. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Houston.
And how about the extraordinary display of his passing in that game? He was making all the right decisions and had their offense humming.
2 on the clock. Udrich can't hit.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here is Conley. He's got 10. Right sets a screen. Down low. Up off the screen. And he bangs it home with one hand.
And it's like raining buckets right now. I wonder if this is the early stages of a blowout.
Well, we got to be careful. Don't want to get ahead of ourselves just yet. But it has been pretty ugly.
And the Grizzlies, a team that's dealt with their share of tough playoff losses. But, you know, you talk to point guard Mike.
We feel like we're a team that's...
One big reason why not them is what happened to Conley. Greg losing him in the playoffs last year was the biggest adversity they went through. Can you make a case that it just made them tougher, or did it really take something out of them?
You know, Kevin, it's really hard to say. A tough break, obviously, losing Mike, and I mean that literally as well. But their problems did set them back, and maybe they can be just as good as anybody else, but until they are, they're going to have some issues.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And for Memphis, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
They seem to be a step slower, and that's one reason why they've been able to own the rebounding edge.
Well, the anticipation's been better. As the ball hits the rim, it's gone right to them. Solid job of them chasing it down and anticipating.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Big Cat in at power forward. Rajon Rondo is out there with Collison. Then there's Rudy Gay. And it's Cousins in at the center position. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Magic, boy, was he tremendous. He ended with 17 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what was a great exhibition on his part. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
And thank you, Doris. It was a performance that has to have their upcoming opponents terrified.
Yeah, I think they'll be a little afraid. I mean, anybody who saw that game has to still be in awe of what he was able to do. Just absolutely dominant.
Boy, I tell you, he was in such a rhythm and on a roll. He could have won that game all by himself.
Udrih can't hit.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup. There's just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
And, Greg, those looks they're allowing are almost automatic.
Now the dish to Allen. Outside, Green. Sacramento grabs the miss. And this is the first season matchup for them against the Grizzlies.
Yeah, and this game kicks off a 4-game season series between the two teams.
Two conference foes, guys, looking to take game 1 tonight. It's very interesting to see who can land the first blow.
Here's Allen looking for his first basket still in this one. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Here's Udrih. The rebound by Big Cat.
Well, I think the defense got lucky right there. I mean, he's going to make a lot more of those than he misses when he's got that much room.
14 feet away, and a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 6 points for Gay.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
And they just keep finding the open man.
Good ball movement. He put that pass in the ideal spot, right where it needed to be.
Pass to Big Cat. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Off target with the jump hook.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
Allen kicks to Udrih. And the wide open shot from Green. From outside off the mark.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Gay dishes to Collison. Back to Gay. No good. Some solid defense from Randolph.
A slight advantage for them in the rebound department, but that oftentimes is all it takes.
Especially, Greg, when you're scoring the ball at a decent clip the way they have. I mean, they've done exactly what's necessary to take the lead.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, the defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
All right, fans, let's get up. Let's get loud for your Breeze Girls.
So Memphis going with almost. And that does it for the first half of play. Grizzlies lead by 7. And
DeMarcus, you guys.
Okay, listen up. There's some things we can do to quiet this crowd down. Now let's go over that first half.
And we welcome you back to start the Big Cat is checked in for Quincy Asen. just over a minute and a half have passed here in the third quarter. Green is the 3 with Zebo at the 4. Conley and Allen in the backcourt. And it's Gasol at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Memphis. The jump hook. No good from Big Cat. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Conley gets to Gasol. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tony Allen. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they built this lead for themselves here.
Beno Udrih, who's checked in for Green. Here's Big Cat. He's covered by Randolph. Big Cat. Randolph grabs the board.
And they continue to control the glass.
Guys, I think they've simply been the more physical team, and that's why they're ahead.
Conley with it. Now defended by McLemore. Here's the screen. Randolph passes to Conley. 5 on the clock. Lets it go from deep, and he gets it to go. And now a 10-point Grizzly lead. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Collison kicks to Gay. Cousins with a screen on Allen. The drive by Gay. He feeds it to Cousins. And the shot is good.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
And the Grizzlies leading by 8. And here is Conley. 18 points for him. A shot by Randolph. Nobody around. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet.
Boy, Gasol with a punishing pick that time.
Gay outside. Feeds to Cousins. The jump hook. Good on the shot. Cousins has got 4 points now in the quarter.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the defense has to address.
They double team Conley. The drive by Allen.
Oh my goodness, he's just getting nasty on them now. Wow.
Yeah, now that they've built up a lead, this is when he really breaks out those incredibly slick moves.
Man, like a Ginsu knife, just slicing and dicing.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. The Kings shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. And the Grizzlies with some changes. Stokes is checked in for Gasol. Wright comes in for Zach Randolph. And Porter subbed in for Allen. Sacramento also making some changes. Lance Stevenson comes in for McLemore. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. Udrih dishes to Wright. No stopping him there. Jams it in as he's fouled. Chance now for a 3-point play. It's going to be on Rudy Gay. Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Sacramento. Caspi comes in for Rudy Gay. The Kings trail by 12. Rondo passes to Big Cat. Conley against Rondo. The pass to Big Cat. And Cauley-Stein has it in the corner. From deep three-point range, it's rebounded by Memphis. Wright's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Here's Stevenson. And Caspi kicks to Rondo. 1:04 left in the third quarter. Here's Big Cat, hits the jump hook. Big Cat's got 6 points. 58 seconds left to play in the third. Now Udrih. He's got 6. Wright dishes to Porter. Outside Conley. There's the screen. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Stokes, and he uses both hands to jam it in.
Forget about finesse and agility. This big fella's all about power and force.
Rondo against Conley. And it's Rondo penetrating, and it's going to be a 3-second call.
Yeah, big blunder there, and that could really cost him.
Here's Green. On On the court right now for the Kings, McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. DeMarcus Cousins out there with Big Cat. And it's Rondo in at the point guard position. Here's Gasol. It's deflected. And up the court come the Kings on the break. Rondo's running. A rebound by Gasol.
Hey, I like creativity and a circus finish as much as anybody. But you better be sure you got a chance to make it.
Here's Rondo. And the layup's good off the glass.
And that's how the coach would draw it up on the fast break from start to finish.
Yeah, and what a finish it was, guys. Really nicely done.
Conley against Rondo. Gasol's in the post. That's tipped.
No time to spare. They need a bucket.
Without question. Then maybe a steal or a foul to get the clock stopped as well.
It's good. And now they trail by just 4.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Yeah, that's right. No other option but to foul.
Yeah, they have to extend the game. I mean, plain and simple. Use every second you can on the clock here.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses.
Got it. Get the ball inside.
Here's Big Cat. Oh, tried to dunk it home, but drew the foul, and he'll go to the line. Good on the first, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And he makes both free throws.
And now down to a one-possession game. Those foul shots, huge.
They foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point. What's the first? That gives them a 4-point cushion. 2 shots. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 5-point game.
No mistakes there. I think you can close the book on this one, guys. It's done.
And Memphis making a change here. 11 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Round deep, McLemore nails the triple.
Let's get up the ball.
For 3. Here's the all right, then. Let's get up. Let's get loud. We go. Freeze girls. Fans, get out of your seat and let them hear it.
And Adams gets to Green. And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
But there was no time really to be selective. Stopping the clock was the priority.
And a chance here to send it to overtime.
Got to see the 3 and be the 3 if that's going to happen.
So a close game sees Memphis take this one. That was a fun night of basketball and fabulous finish as Clark, they continued to wait out until the very last moment to seal it.
Yep, and it might not be the way a coach would have drawn it up or wanted it to end, but these fans love it.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the side.
Well, Mark, it's certainly
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Without further ado, let's present Mike Conley. He had a double-double. It made a huge difference tonight. He never let up, and his performance really inspired the rest of his team.
He was dead on from the field tonight, guys. I'd call his performance economical because there was no wasted opportunity. He took advantage.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports Group, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night.
this thing.
We also help you make the most out of your My Career experience. Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we take a look behind the scenes at the making of Living the Dream and get some insight from world-famous director Spike Lee. We also help you make the most out of your My Career experience and give you the rundown of all things new in My Park. Tune in now.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. In this game, we'll see the Indiana Pacers against the Sacramento Kings. Well, for Sacramento, only one win in their last 6 games. They know they can play much better, looking to be more competitive tonight. And there were rumblings about DeMarcus Cousins getting traded or wanting out last season. Ownership said they wouldn't trade him for anyone and put those rumors to rest.
Listen, it would be impossible to get equal value for the Cousins trade. He's not going anywhere. He's already a top center in the league and still very young. He just has to learn to get along with upper brass to win a championship.
And you've heard it from upper brass. So the center is the hardest position.
Always a majestic view of the War Memorial here in downtown Indianapolis. It's a road game for the Kings, and they're facing an interconference matchup in today's game. Look here. Raleigh Stein, he's checked in for Cousins. Big Cat comes in for Quincy Ace. And Stevenson's checked in for Rudy Gay. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Darren Collison. On the court right now for the Kings, Big Cat in at power forward. Rajon Rondo is out there with Lance Stevenson. Then there's Cauley Stein, and it's McLemore in at the small forward. Clock is at 3. Hill has the open look. No good from outside.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And they get it back. The shot's good from Big Cat. Just under 3.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Moments ago, our Doris Burke had a chance to catch up with the coach, Frank Vogel. Doris?
Yes, Kevin, when we talked about this game, he said his concern was how to handle Rajon Rondo. He said, quote, Rondo has no problem getting to the middle of defenses and finding open teammates. We have to make him become more of a jump shooter. Let's see if they can do just that.
All right, Doris, thanks. Indiana again missing. In the corner, it's Stevenson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Indiana making some changes. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Paul George. Stuckey comes in for Monte Ellis. And it's Williams in for Hill.
Listen, there's no doubt he feels like they should have the lead, but that miss will keep it all tied up.
Williams with the ball. He's picked up by Rondo. Williams dishes to Turner. Shot clock at 6. And here's Miles outside. And that one's good.
You really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Outside Rondo. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession. And while we can, let's have a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. 4th, Freak.
It would be hard to imagine him shooting the ball much better than he has. He has been on fire.
Williams kicks to Stuckey. He feeds it to Miles. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. Miles has got 5 for the Sacramento Kings. The last game, a loss to the Grizzlies of Memphis.
And just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rattled.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
Well, if you like offense, that's what you're getting here early on.
This has a little bit of playground feel to it, fellas. I mean, forget about defending. Just outscore the other team. Let it fly.
Inside. And foul hard that time. They'll get to the line and shoot 2. It's on Ben McLemore.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the team.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had the foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
Kuzma checked in for Cauley Stein. And he's good on the second. Here is Rondo. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Pass to Big Cat. The 11-footer. That one off the back iron and out. Outside Williams. Off with the layup. The basket's coming early and often in the first quarter. They talked to Monte Ellis. He says he feeds off his doubters. He loves to hear something.
I think I had that all my life.
And Monte Ellis is still trying to prove people wrong now in Dallas after their quick exit from the playoffs a season ago. Clark, it's been a decade in the league now for this very talented guard.
And you know, that kind of relentless determination is really something Monte is known for, and one of the reasons he has been around for 10 years in the NBA as a consistently good player and lethal scorer.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
Stuckey and George make up the perimeter. Allen is out there with Turner.
And how about the execution on that play? The screen was set up in exactly the right spot.
And the finish wasn't too bad either.
Perfectly designed and perfectly executed.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. On the wing, Stevenson. To the inside. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Grizzlies was just a man on a mission. He picked up 10 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this one, guys.
And Doris, thank you so much. He couldn't have been much better in that game, could he, GM?
Not at all. He was great. I mean, that's for sure. If he wasn't at his best, he was awfully close.
Guys, he came to compete and win. Let's hope he's got that same attitude, that same energy, that same swag here tonight.
Hill against Collison. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call.
Let's see where the Pacers are, Kevin, in terms of the NBA rankings right now. 7th in points off turnovers, 11th in free throw percentage. And they're in the top half of the league when it comes to limiting opponents' offense as well.
And like you said, they're up there in points off turnovers. They apply pressure, always ready to pounce on a mistake and take advantage.
Turner with a screen for Ellis. Off the pick. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for the Pacers?
Well, in the first half of play, they're closing out aggressively, blocking shots. A key indicator of their activity on the defensive side.
The other thing that's helped them early tonight are the points they've been able to convert off turnovers.
Let's check out the stats for Hill. How his last 10 games have gone. Putting up about 12 points a game, 5 assists and 4 rebounds. And some pretty good numbers, guys. He's certainly making a contribution.
Better than expected. He still has a ways to go, but I like what I'm seeing right now.
Indiana leading by 10. Ellis outside. From deep. No luck. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. Passes it to Big Cat. Goes up on the block. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Big Cat's got 6 points. For Indiana, they've gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Hill passes to Turner. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Here's George on the money from 12 feet away. George has got 4 points now in the quarter.
And just a little bit ragged defensively there, Clark.
Cousins with a screen on Hill. And the wide open shot from Collison. No good on the triple. Indiana's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Here's Allen. Gay with the block. And here we go with Collison running it up the court. It's stolen by Hill. Fast break. Here comes Indiana. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hill's got his first 2 points of the night.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
Big Cat, the pass to Cousins. Pacers with the rebound. Turner's got his 3rd rebound tonight. George dishes to Hill. Turner with the screen for Hill. Kicks it to Ellis. Wide open look. Good. The assist goes to Hill. 6 points for Ellis.
It is so hard to contain him. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
And there's the pass to Big Cat. Dishes to Cousins. The 11-footer. That's good on the jump shot. Hill with it. The scoring numbers have been solid for him. He's averaging just under 14 points a game. Allen, a screen on Collison. Feeds to Ellis. This one for three. Again, the miss by Ellis. The Kings trail by 12. Outside Collison. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And trailing in this game now is not the time to start playing conservatively. I mean, if you've got an open look from deep, let it go. I mean, you got to play freely and with confidence.
Hill, no good.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
There's the pick. Pick up by Hill. And Turner kicks to Ellis. That's in, and that's his 4th basket of the night. He's taken 7 shots, a solid 57%.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Big Cat. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Big Cat's got 6 points in the quarter. And so that brings the first.
Kevin, thank you.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment. You look at Paul George in this game, guys. He's been everywhere.
And the thing I noticed most in that first...
He changes for Indiana. C.J. Miles, he's checked in for Lavoy Allen. Stuckey comes in for Turner. And it's Williams in for Hill. Then for the Kings, Kufis checked in for Cousins. Big Cat comes in for Quincy Acey. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Rudy Gay. 1:44 left to play in the third. On the floor for Sacramento. Big Cat, he's in at the 4 spot. Rajon Rondo is out there with Collison. Then it's Ben McLemore. And it's Kufis in at the center position. And the shot is good from Stuckey. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Indiana.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And also, I've been extremely impressed with their interior D. Their rim protection has been as good as it gets.
Lavoy Allen's checked in for Ellis. Here is Williams. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. George with the screen on Collison. Williams passes to George, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
The Kings trail by 7. Outside Collison. 58 seconds left to play in the third. Williams with the steal. And a fast break now. The Pacers. George with the ball. Kicks it out to Allen. He dishes it to George. And he goes big with the top right over Kufis.
Well, he's just angling from the rim after sending it through there.
You can see which team now has the swagger Clark right now.
Yeah, exactly. It's with them.
And, guys, that swagger can backfire because you don't want to get your opponent a little too riled up.
And the replay, of course, presented by Kia. What a play. We've got 33 seconds left in the third. The kick out to Collison.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
George dishes to Williams. Allen kicks to Miles. Pass to Stuckey. And there's the feed to Miles. And George, here we go. George missing again.
I tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that.
And now, let's hear it for your Pacers.
And the final period of play just about to start. Indiana making some changes. Rodney Stuckey's checked in for C.J. Miles. Young is subbed in for Hill. Then for the Kings, Big Cat comes in for Quincy Ace, and it's Ben McLemore in for Rajon Rondo. They've got Turner, LaVoy Allen out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Williams, and it's Young in at shooting guard. So that's the group out there for Indiana.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they want.
Cousins, no one around him. Good, and the assist goes to Collison.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's otherwise been a little bit of a struggle for this team.
And here's Young. There's a good screen. The dish to Stuckey. They get the rebound. Here's Turner. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there. Earned those free throws.
She hits the first one, and that will put them up by 9.
Taking 2 shots.
And a tough break as his second attempt at the line. No good.
Well, he got the important one to go. Their lead should be safe now.
For the 3, that's good.
Just look at what a sniper he is from long range. He's got such an unusual skill for a big fella.
And an intentional foul right there. And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can hit the second. And he ends up making the second, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Sunday had a whole church singing the song. Why they had to send my
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The shot by Rondo is no good. Now, here is Young. So it's Indiana picking up the win. It was a...
Guys, Paul.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Thank you, Kevin. And now we get a chance to present our Jordan player, Paul George. He was the engine that drove this team the whole night. And his team... And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed...
Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA we take a look behind the scenes at the making of the and get some insight from world famous director Spike Lee. We also help you make the most out of your My Career rundown of all things.
Eu pensei que preciso sair pra me libertar. Seja com quem for, a minha vida cantar. Nunca no mesmo lugar, seja sozinho a dois. O resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que fica só fácil. Tudo que eu pedisse, só você quem me desse. Aí pensando doce, esse quarto falasse. Mas que pena, já era, já era, já era. Não deixe mais a tela tão bela e singela. E nem dá.
I told you.
Hey guys, on today's episode of NBA 2K TV, we take a look behind the scenes at the making of Living the Dream and get some insight from world-famous directors.
Vanish every summer, where the blue vans would come. We throw the work in the can and run. Where the plans was to get funds and skate up the set to achieve this goal quick. Faced with immeasurable odds, still I gave straight bets. Someone felt the most something and you nothing. Check. I'm from the other side where other guys don't walk too much. And girls from the projects went said we talk too much. So they ran up the time cause they sought them dudes to trust. I don't know what the they foul just like us. I'm from where the beef is inevitable. Summertime's unforgettable. Boosters in abundance. Buy half price sweater new. Your word was everything, so everything you said you do, you did it. Couldn't talk about it if you ain't living. I'm from where pull your card and argue all day about who's the best MCs. Biggie, Jay-Z, and Nas. With Z-Ball and Thugs are at odds. At each other's throats for the love of foreign cars. The catch cases, hoping the judge R&Rs. But most times find themselves locked up behind bars. That all. I'm from where they ball and breed rhyme stars. I'm from Marcy, son. Just thought I'd remind y'all. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from. Marcy, son. Ain't nothing nice.
So where you from?
I'm from the place where the church is the flakiest. And been praying to God so long that they atheists. Where you can't put your vest away and say you wear it tomorrow, cause the day after we'll be saying, I was just with him yesterday. I'm a block away from, not enough away from straight. Yeah. You're laughing, you know the place well, with the base well. And government, politic they sells. When we call the cops to 18, cause they hop out of vans and spray things. And life expectancy so low, we making our wheels at 18s. Well, how you get rid of guys who step out of line, your rep solidifies. So tell me, when I rap, you think I could criticize? If this flies, God strike me. And I got a question, are you forgiving guys who live just like me? We never know. One day I prayed to you and said if I ever blow, I let them know the stakes and exactly what takes place in the ghetto. Promise fulfilled, still I feel my job ain't done. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice.
So where you from?
I'm from where they cross over and clap boards. Lost Jehovah in place of rap laws. Listen, I'm up the block, round the corner and down the street. From where the meet, we make $1 million off of beats, cause our stories is deep. And tomorrow, long as the night before was sweet. Get lost for weeks in the street, twisted off. And no matter the weather, know how to draw heat. Whether you're 4 feet or a new size, it always starts out with 3 dice and shoot the 5. Thought they deuce was live, then I hit them with trips. Then I reach down for their money, pa, forget about this. This time around it's platinum, like the on my wrist. And this on my waist, y'all can't do about this. To show you love, that's how they fool thugs. Before you know it, you're lying in the pool of cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice. Many places, but I'm Brooklyn's own. Cough up a lung where I'm from, Marcy, son, ain't nothing nice.
HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is HBK, yeah, you know how we. And I can't quit, all I know is wherever I go, my homies come to. I love my squad. We up in this thing, loving it. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. I love my squad. Make your lady back up in this, hop up in the 6, and you should ignore these rappers, man. They say anything. Call me Susie Piggy Bank. I got plenty change. She rep HBK over everything.